Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Aina Azwa binti Aminuddin. My matric card number is AP190054. I will present my part, which is Introduction. Construction law is right and remedies to the parties involved in the construction project, but it is limited for certain cases. Contract law, employment law, commercial law, planning law, as well as tort, is an essence of amalgam of construction law. In addition, construction law is made to handle the legal issues regarding construction, including in a construction site. For example, construction contract, bonds and bonding, guarantees and sureties, negligence, security interest, construction claims, tendering, and related consultancy contracts. Variation order can be defined as a modification or alterations of the design, quantity and quality of the works as shown in the contract drawings. The variation is usually made by the client, consultant, contractor, or other unforeseen circumstances. There are two types of variation order, which are beneficial variations order and detrimental variation order. Beneficial variation orders is mainly issued to make a better improvement to a construction project, such as the quality standard, schedule, and reduce costs. Meanwhile, the detrimental variation orders is one negatively impact the client's value or project performance, such as the client who face a financial problems. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Roliana. My name is Tan Suchi, number matric IP190249. Now, it's my turn to start the presentation. Definition of variation order. In construction projects, the term of variation means any change to the original contract, any adjustments to the scope of work, planning, and specifications of contract agreements in a construction project are referred to as a variation order. The standard forms of contract provides the variation clause is to avoid any complications that could arise if a contract had to be renegotiated or to change in the scope of work. Variation order is to achieve a balance between the cost, function, and quality requirements for a construction project in order to satisfy clients and avoid being disputed between a client and a contractor. Type of variation order. There are 5 types of variation order, include formal variation order, constructive variation order, beneficial variation order, cardinal variation order, and detrimental variation order. Issues and challenges faced by contractor in dealing with variation order works. The first one, quality. Quality is the conformance to client's requirements. And quality management, specifically quality assurance, is frequently used as a tool to ensure that suitable controls are in place to govern works operations. The second one, types. Variation orders indicate that there are either additional, omission, of substitution of works in the construction contract that must be completed by the contractor on the job site. In terms of times, the contractor will be contractor when executive variation orders tasks, primarily due to change in the work schedule, which will cause project delays. The third one, cost. In terms of cost, the contractor is confronted with issues and challenges, such as no payment of costs of investigate and rewards, increased labor costs, increased cost of additional of substitute supplies and others. Additional costs can make it difficult of the contractor to oversee the works on the variation orders. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kong Jawan, number matric AP190338. So now it's my turn to explain the related clauses in the standard form of contract. First, the term of variation. According to PAM 2018, in clause 11, variation order is defined as alteration or modification of the design, quality, or quantity of the works as shown in the contract drawing and as described and refer to the contract bills. In PWD 203A, the term variation is defined as changes, variance which necessitates the alternation and the modification of the design, quality, and work stated in the contracts document. For the CIDB Form 2000, the term variation is defined in clause 1.1 as any change to original contract work, including but not limited to a few items. Next, the procedure of variation. In the tree of the standard form of contract, the procedure of variation is explained similarly based on their clauses. First, the instruction of Superintending Officer (SO) regarding any variation will be issued in a form of variation order. After the instruction by the SO, contractor shall comply with the instruction. The valuation of variation will be done by SO. Any variation, either additional or omission, will be paid to the contractor. For the variation of instruction, in PWD 203A, clauses 5.1a, PAM 2018, clauses 2.0, and CIDB 2028.1a, explain regarding the power in issuing the instruction to the contractor, where SO has the power to issue the instruction to the contractor. Besides that, 3 of the center form also highlighted that instruction given by the other person are not valid. For the complaints of the variation, the contractor shall comply with direction SO, where in PWD 203A clauses 24.1 and CIDB 2000 clauses 10.2 stated that upon the issuance of such variation order, the contractor shall immediately comply with the variation order issued by SO. Moreover, in PAM 2018, explain the consequence in clause 2.3, where the contractor may ask the architect to state in writing after obtaining written instruction from the architect. Discussion regarding the instruction by the contract administrator, any order must within the scope and not render the work contracted, whether in the form of financial changes, physical changes, or combination. Both are not valid by law, and it is not the contractor's responsibility to comply with the instruction. Lastly, the measurement of variation. In the tree of standard form of the contract, the measurement of variation is explained similarly based on their clauses. All the conformed variation shall be measured and valued by SO regarding the works done by the contractor. When the measurement needs to be done on site, SO shall give notice to the contractor in assisting SO or SO representative in conducting measurement. The contractor shall provide SO with particular information required. Any recording on site, the contractor should assist quantity surveyor to carry out the measurement works, and the contractor are given opportunity to jot down the notes and measurement as required. So that's all from me, and I will pass it to my next member for further explanation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dimitri, number metric AP190158. Now I will proceed the strategy of mitigating variation in construction project in the pandemic era. Variation order often resulting in a delay of time and cost overrun during the course of a contract is a source of the dispute in construction project. There are a few strategies can be applied to mitigating variation in construction project in the pandemic era. For the first, in most standard form of construction contract, the occurrence of a force majeure event allows the affected party to apply for an extension EOT to complete the project. In PAM form and CIDB 2000 also have similar notification requirement. Second strategy is avoid oral amendment of provision on variation order. Without a deliberate choice to do so, owner and their representative should avoid verbally to agree the specific change in meeting either informally through email or by their behavior. Next is manage supply shortage wisely. If the company's supply chain is disrupted, communicate quickly with customer on availability in a transparent manner. Plan quantity allocation based on appropriate value-oriented customer segmentation. Not only that, waiver of requirement in change order regulation, the party may waive a change order notification obligation via their act and behavior. The contractor shall comply with direction Superintending Officer where in clauses 24.1. PWD 203A state that up on the issuance of such variation order. Furthermore, as an example of unexpected requirement, contractor may have done emergency work due to project shutdown caused by presidential order. Therefore, in order to further strengthen the prevention of COVID-19, construction companies should try to allocate sufficient control measures to prevent infection and reduce the risk of virus transmission. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatina Bila binti Zulisha, and today I'm going to discuss on 5 related cases to the topic allocated. Case 1. Pembinaan Perwira Harta Sendirian Berhad v. Electricon Jaya Bina Sendirian Berhad 2013. The parties involved is main contractor versus subcontractor, which is public. The issues of the case is whether a variation clause can be used to avoid additional works, and the judgment. The termination was unlawful, and the appellants, which is main contractor, misused the variation clause. So the variation clauses or principles, there cannot be an omission clause in order to eliminate a contractor's job to provide another contractor. Case 2. Sungai Lui Construction and Development Sendirian Berhad lawan Jati Estetika Sendirian Berhad 2017. For the second case, the parties involved is main contractor versus subcontractor, which is private, and the issue of the case whether the parties had a contract, and if so, is the defendant had wrongly decided the contract, and for the judgment, the contract has been incorrectly terminated, and furthermore, the plaintiff has formally been hired to do the task, and so has to be right to be paid. So the variation clauses or principle, the behavior of the defendant, which is main contractor, constituted a breach of the contract, and it was clearly shown that the contract existed. Work shall be fully offset. Case 3. Hasrat Idaman Sendirian Berhad v. Mercy Construction Sendirian Berhad 2015. For the third case, the parties that involved in this case is main contractor versus subcontractor, which is private. The issues of the case is whether the claim is legitimate without instruction or order of variation and inconsistent proof, and the judgment, the subcontractor's claims against the main contractor was dismissed. So the variation clauses or principles, the variation works were not proved to be properly instructed. Case 4. Syarikat Binaan Utarajaya Affirm v. Koperasi Serbaguna Sungai Glugor Berhad 2009. For this case, the parties involved is main employer versus the main contractor. The issues of the case is if the contractor is entitled to variation payment without the employer or his agent's express order, and the judgment, contractor not entitled to payment, so the variation clauses or principles, the works of variation that the contractor decides to undertake without receiving a valid direction as required by the contract from the architect or engineer are not considered as the right variation and will not be paid out. Case 5. Tidal Marine Engineering Sendirian Berhad v. Kerajaan Malaysia Jabatan Kerja Raya Malaysia 2011. For the case number 5, the parties involved is employer versus the main contractor, which is private. The issues of the case, whether the termination is incorrect, can the defendant keep the amounts of performance bond, A. to refuse reimburse the plaintiff for his labor or pay for profit loss, B. if the plaintiff have no such right, and when no CNC was given, can arbitrators demand liquidated damage, and C. what damage should the improper termination of the agreements mean. And for the judgment, the employer must compensate the contractor for work done, so the variation clauses or principles after the contract resulting in the disallowance of its counterclaim is wrongfully terminated, the defendant shall reimburse the plaintiff for the services performed and must return the performance bond. The use of the performance bond shall not be linked to the termination of the contract's employment.
Construction is a crucial field in every country developing process. Because of its nature as a project, the construction industry is nonetheless an extremely complicated and fragmented sector of the economy. Many construction projects therefore suffer from a variety of performance problems, including the number of orders for variation during construction public works, which lead to unvarying project costs, poor quality of work, refurbishment and time-consuming work, as well as security problems. Besides that, a lack of integration of design and construction process of project, for example, most commonly leads to variation orders, especially with a traditional procurement technique. The changes in a particular project unless controlled would result in overrun of cost, might result in either delays or abandonment of the project. Based on the law cases that have been discussed, there are some recommendations. First, the contractor should seek advice from the Construction Industry Development Board, which is CIDB, to guarantee that all instructions are fully documented. By doing this, contractor will guarantee that they do this with the additional knowledge either of receiving written order or order than validate those orders from the point of view and make sure the other side recognize that the spoken instructions have actually been conveyed. Next, participation of the contractor throughout the design process would help in the early stage to explain the buildability of the design. Ultimately, this can assist to eliminate changes caused by plans that cannot be built because of the state of the site.